Next Radio 2018 with Broadcast Bionics. Next Radio.
Thank you, James. Good afternoon, everybody. So my name is Philippe Generali, and I run RCS. We're in a building that I'm being told that's where Isaac Newton announced the theory of gravity 300 years ago. And so it's going to be a little bit of science, a little bit of technique there that I'm going to be talking about. I have the luck, or I'm cursed with a lot of traveling in my job. So we have clients from China to New York, from Stockholm to Johannesburg and many other places. And I was with the CIO of a very, very large radio company, and I was pitching our new gear. I mean, we do gear, and basically he had an old version, and I was telling him, you really should think about upgrading. Getting our new stuff will be good, and I go through the usual pitch, and he listens politely, and then he stops, he stands up, and says, "Philippe, come with me. I want to show you something." And he takes me to a place where people don't go very often, but it's the rack room of a radio station. Pretty boring place, but we basically were walking along walls and walls and walls of gear and rack and things and people maintaining all that. And he said, "Your presentation is very nice, but I want something that allows me to get rid of all of this, all of that gear, all of that thing. I want it gone, and I want you give me and our people in the organization a username and password, and that's all they should need to do their job." So I thought it was an interesting conversation. Of course, he went on for probably 4 hours, but I'm going to try to condense it in about 5 minutes, and I'm going to summarize a little bit what we discussed, because he wants that, his CFO wants that, and if your CIO and your CFO hasn't told you that, they will want that one day, and so that you know how it works and what's a little bit going to be the radio of the future in terms of technology and how it works, and why it's actually quite good. So I put that into the form of a top 10 reason. One, it's easy to remember. Two, I'm the last guy between you and lunch. Very dangerous position to be. So I'm going to go 10, 9, etc. So you'll know when you're ready to have lunch. Okay? All right, let's go. So the reason number 10 was, of course, money. There's no initial capital request to buy equipment, and he liked that. He said, if we work with Amazon or anybody else, they'll worry about the cloud hardware. They'll have always state-of-the-art equipment. The system resource will scale up and down dynamically. I don't have to buy 1 or 10 or 100 servers. At night at 2 a.m., there's nothing going on. I don't pay for anything. When it's during the day and everybody's working, I do pay. And I don't need to worry about, we're going to do one more channel, one more radio, we're going to buy this, I could buy that. We'll grow when we need to grow. Reason number 9, no heavy equipment to install. This is something that he likes. This is something that the CFO likes. This is something that you probably like also. Much less dust in the station, much less disruption. There's no installation, basically, when you work with a service, and there's no material to install. Freedom to assign resources to any channel or work group. You can say you work with that part, you work with this, and it's very easy to assign the task. And there's obviously a major reduction in operating costs because you don't have to worry about all that. Reason number 8. The footprint, that's reason number 8. It's actually it's a big thing. If you have a station in New York City or in London, downtown, very expensive real estate. So if you don't have that, it's something that is safe. Then of course, the station can move closer to the clients, and the local studio is something that evolves. In the US, where I live in New York, Congress has just gotten rid of the local studio legislation. You can operate a radio station now without having a local studio. So this is going to change the landscape a little bit. You basically are allowed to have an FM transmitter, and that's it. You don't need to have somebody that is answering people's visits. Reason number 7, no mission-critical equipment to maintain. He was very keen on the fact that his engineers and his technicians were very stressed when there's something that goes wrong. So the audio engine that the station is using is completely in the sky, no IT engineering cost. And for you, content creator, you guys and girls that use the software, you're always on the greatest and latest version. When you log in with a username and password on something that's in the cloud, you don't have to worry about, am I on the right version? Am I using all the features that there is? Yes, you are, because everybody is on the latest version all the time. You can expand, that's reason number 6. You can expand in minutes if you want to create a new channel. You want to create 100 new channels. You want to say, you know what, I want to do a new format for this artist that just passed away, or I want to do a new station or a new experiment on the air. You can create a new channel. You pick your song if it's a music channel. You pick your journalist if it's something with news, and you can expand in just minutes, just a few clicks away. You don't have to buy equipment. You don't have to ask anybody's permission. You just say, hey, I need to add a new channel. Unlimited storage, you need to store a massive amount of song. It's always available any size you want. And of course you can say, I put you on that job, and you can take them out, you can put them on without having much work. Reason number 5, you can operate from anywhere. Tablet, mobile phone, for the most audacious of you, Mac, PCs, whatever you want. You can work from wherever. You could be creating a channel here if your station was a cloud-equipped system from that phone. You could be doing one at the moment, just like that. She doesn't know. All right, reason number 4, your assets are safe. That's important. No more backup. The content is stored off-site. The redundancy is built in the platform. You never heard Amazon saying, well, I lost the data, so you're going to have to re-enter it again. That's good news. That's good news. And of course, you manage people in and out, as I said before. Your assets are instantly available. When you upload something, it's always on. Your content is shared in real time. You don't have to say to somebody, hey, I had this great interview, I'm going to email it to you, and this is the song from this concert, and I'm going to send it over, I'm going to put it on that website. You can download. Everything is there all the time and always accessible. Content maintenance is super easy. You can delete things, you can add things. It's really very easy to do. Reason number 2, your team has unmatched collaboration. Your people can work together. You can work in different places on the same live show. And when I say different places, obviously just you need an internet connection, and you're there. You prepare your work, and you do your work, and you don't have to be in the same place. You can work on the same log. If you're into music, 2 people can be programming the same hour, and they will be seeing what the other is inserting, the song, the artist protection, everything will be in real time. And of course, that means that you don't have to ask somebody who's really good at their job to move over to your town. You can have them work from wherever they are. Reason number 1, see, lunch is getting closer. It's a great disaster recovery. The CIO was talking about, tell me, if something bad happens in the studio, at the station, I want a big red button that can push, which will directly send from the cloud to the transmitter, to the FM, to the DAB, to the internet, everywhere. So that's a real good recovery for any operation. When there's a disaster, usually the internet is something that stays on. It's pretty resilient. So the station can mirror everything in the cloud, and they can switch to the cloud whenever it's needed. This is what we've been working on for that guy, and we are announcing that we're ready to supply radio station with cloud software today. The first true cloud software that is built to work in the cloud and you can access it and have the engine work from anywhere. There you go. I'm Philippe Generali. Have a good lunch, everybody. Bon appétit. Thank you.